Hey guys, Trent here, back with another video. Today I'm going to do a quick recap on the Apple special event that happened today on September 7th, 2016, and when they announced the iPhone 7, the iPhone 7 Plus, and the Apple Watch Series 2 edition. So let's not waste any time and let's get to it. So starting off, I want to say that Apple really messed up, and somebody probably got fired today. So the event started today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. And it was 1:05 p.m. when Apple, the verified account on Twitter, accidentally tweeted out the newly released iPhone 7 and 7 Plus and how it was water resistant, dust resistant, and the new color of the jet black. They accidentally tweeted it out probably about an hour and 10 minutes too early, as you can see right here, and that was kind of all the hype that kind of built up around 1 o'clock because somebody accidentally tweeted the new iPhone 7 photo. To start off the Apple event, they just kind of touched on a few main features that they're bringing to Apple and that Apple's bringing to the iPhones and to the iPads and kind of everything all together. Apple started off the event and how they're going to introduce a new game to the App Store and how the App Store has really developed. They developed so far that they are now working hand in hand with Nintendo and bringing Mario to the App Store. They brought out Mario's creator and designer, brought him on stage and kind of described on what the game's going to be like. And if you want to find out more information about that, I'm going to have that link in description. The next big thing they talked about during the Apple special event is the Apple Watch Series 2. Now they're gonna kind of go with the Series edition. Now, instead of just calling it Apple Watch 2, they're calling it Apple Watch Series 1 and the Apple Watch Series 2. Now what's so special about the Apple Watch Series 2 is that it's waterproof, surf-proof, dust-proof, cannonball-proof, whatever proof you want it to be. And they made it completely waterproof to kind of relate to like the swimming community and, you know, trying to just take a bath and how you sometimes, like me, I always forget to take it off during the shower. And just simple accidents like that where maybe somebody pushes it into a pool. And now you think, well, the Apple Watch has a speaker, right? And a speaker absolutely needs airflow for it to work. And what they did is that they created a waterproof speaker where water gets into the speaker, and they use the speaker, like the base of the speaker itself, to push out the water out of the speaker grills. The Apple Watch Series 2 is going to feature a 2nd gen SiP, which is a system in a package, a new processor, a new GPU, and it can run something at 60 frames per second. 60 frames per second on your wrist is absolutely crazy, but Apple achieved it. The Apple Watch Series 2 is featuring a 2-gen display, meaning it's going to be a better gen display than what this one is, and that it's going to include 1,000 nits. That is a lot of nits, and it's going to look pretty amazing. They're also adding features on like a built-in GPS where you can automatically track where you are without a cellular connection. And they're also coming out with a bunch of new different styles for the Apple Watch, including a ceramic with a pearl design, and a Series 2 and a Hermes models, which is kind of like the old-fashioned leather models. You know, I've honestly never heard of it, but if you know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. Apple also stated that they are the #2 selling watch in the world, underneath Rolex. And that is absolutely crazy, only having it come out more than a year ago. Because of the sales are so high, a lot of it has appealed to runners. So Apple has partnered with Nike and made their very own special Nike edition Apple Watch, which makes it ideal for running, walking, whatever that fitness community is. They're really appealing to the running community. And the Apple Nike Watch comes in 4 different colors, so it can appeal to every single runner. And the Apple Watch is of course going to still carry on the same kind of models, aluminum, steel, probably gold. They didn't say anything about the gold, but probably. And of course all of them are going to be at the different price ranges. So the Apple Watch Series 2, just basic aluminum, probably sport watch, is going to be $369, where the Apple Watch Series 1 is going to drop down to $269 as well. And the Apple Watch Series 1 is going to have the same dual processor as the Apple Watch Series 2, so it's just as snappy when you buy the Apple Watch Series 1. So really the only difference is going to be that the Apple Watch Series 1 isn't going to be waterproof, it's just going to be splash proof, and the Apple Watch Series 2 is going to be completely waterproof, so you can go surfing, swim, and do a couple cannonballs. The next big thing that they announced in the event is that the iPhone 7. They came out announcing the iPhone 7 with a beautiful video, and I encourage you to look it up with John Ive. He's the most beautiful person in the world to me, and he makes the most beautiful videos, and Apple's videos are so crisp. They're absolutely beautiful. And during the event, Apple touched on 10 major features of the new iPhone. The first feature is the design. They came out with two new blacks. They came out with a black, that's just black. It's just black. And then they came out with a jet black, which is a glossy kind of color. Kind of reminds me of the Samsung S7. And it's just gonna be glossy, probably gonna attract a lot of fingerprints. Both of the new blacks look absolutely sexy, so you can say bye-bye to space gray. They're also coming out with the gold, the silver, and the rose gold. The next feature they kind of talked about is the home button. They're re-engineering the home button, just like the MacBook Pros, and how they integrated the Force Touch. Now, they're gonna be making the home button Force Touch as well. It's going to be force sensitive, have a solid state, and is going to be working hand to hand with Apple's Taptic engine, meaning the Taptic engine that they also have built into the Apple Watch. And the Taptic engine is going to send different types of frequencies throughout the home button for when you use it, for when you use the new quick actions menu, the messages menu, your notifications, and different kind of ringtones. And it's going to be programmable for third-party applications to use as well. Having it being completely waterproof and dustproof is absolutely amazing. It's going to be IP67 waterproof, which basically means that it's ready for any challenge, from swimming to accidentally be thrown into the water and different stuff like that. They didn't say anything about not recommending swimming with it or taking a shower with it or anything like that, so I guess we'll see in the future on what they kind of say about it. Number 4, the camera. Everything is new about the camera, and I'm going to read to you, because there's so many new things about it, what Apple has included in the new cameras. There's 2 different ones, so pay attention. Everything is brand new. The optical stabilizer is going to be in every phone, and the iPhone 7 is going to have a 12 megapixel sensor. It's going to have an f1.8 aperture that's going to let in 50% more light. The iPhone 7 is going to have a 6-element lens and a true tone flash sensor that has 4 LEDs, and the Apple created the flicker sensor, which is going to monitor and adapt to the flickering natural light that's artificially going on, and the flicker sensor is going to automatically fill that light into your picture so you have every possible true tone of light in it. The camera has over 100 billion things going on in 25 milliseconds. Let me say that again. 100 billion things going on in 25 milliseconds. That is a lot. They also changed that the 7 megapixel front FaceTime HD camera, so you're going to be able to have a wide color exposure and everything like that. And it's going to also have auto stabilization in your front camera, which is going to be pretty awesome. The iPhone 7 Plus is going to have 2 different cameras. They're going to have 2 12 megapixel cameras. Now let me explain. One is going to be a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, and the other is going to be a telephoto camera. Now why? Well, that's kind of really hard for me to explain. It's going to be too long for this video. So I'm going to link Marcus Brownlee's video down in the description. That absolutely, he nails it. He nails it right on the head. He explains why double cameras are out there, and he'll explain it all to you. So if you really want to know what double cameras do, go check out his video. And how does it work? Well, Apple integrated it to be the same as before. All it is going to do is it's going to add one little button onto your camera setting app, and that's it. And it's going to be so easy to control. Since you're going to have a telephoto lens and a wide angle lens, you're going to be able to optical zoom, and that's what that extra button is. You're going to be able to go from 1 times optical zoom to a 10 times optical zoom, and the quality of the photos that you're going to get is going to be absolutely amazing. Next, they emphasized on the Retina display. It's going to be 25% brighter. It's going to include 3D touch. Not a whole lot has changed there, except for it's going to be brighter, and it's just going to be even a better looking display. Just the same features as the 6S displays and everything like that. Number 6 is the audio. They built in 2 front-facing stereo speakers that's going to be on the front of the iPhone. One's going to be on the top, one's going to be on the bottom, and you're also going to have your 2 speakers down here. Yes, they did eliminate the headphone jack, but we'll get into that for in a second. With the front-facing speakers, your audio is going to be 2 times louder than it was on the 6S and the 6S Plus, which is going to be absolutely awesome because it's going to increase the volume and it's going to increase the dynamic range of your audio. So you're still going to need some headphones or some Bluetooth speakers, but it's going to be a lot better if you're just by yourself, laying in bed. You're going to be able to hear everything just great. Next up, number 7 is the EarPods. And yes, like I said a little bit ago, they eliminated the headphone jack and they moved the EarPods over to Lightning. Every iPhone that you're going to buy, the iPhone 7, is now going to include EarPods that are going to have a Lightning connector. But Apple is also going to include a Lightning to audio cable, just in case you don't want to give away your audio jack headphones and you do truly believe in your audio jack headphones.
Us to our next feature. wireless.
Yes, that's correct. Wireless. Apple is making wireless earpods and calling them AirPods. I mean, there's not a whole lot to explain about it. Apple is taking earpods and making them completely wireless with no cord, and that they're going to come with a nice little charging carrying case that you put in, and it's going to, like, as soon as you open up your carrying case, it's going to automatically connect to your phone, and you can just pop the AirPods, whatever you want to call them, right in. And the AirPods are going to come out this October at $159. Again, they're completely wireless, and they're supposed to be, you know, the future of audio, wireless audio. The next thing that they focused on for number 9 is that they focused on Apple Pay. Apple Pay is going to be more available in other countries like Japan, and how Japan use different RFID signals and stuff like that. And they said that all 90% of wireless transactions all come from Apple Pay. So that's not a whole new feature there. I mean, that's kind of just for Japan, which good for you, Japan. I mean, it is pretty awesome, and I can't wait for you guys to start using it. And last but not least, Apple saved performance for the last, and Apple has stepped up their performance game greatly. They announced the new A10 Fusion chip. The A10 Fusion chip is a 64-bit 4-core processor with over 3.3 billion transistors, and it'll probably blow out any smartphone that is on the market. It is basically, like they said, a rocket ship. The iPhone's 2 high-performance processors are 40% faster than last year's A9 chip and 2 times faster than the A8 chip that came out I don't know how many years ago. Now let's talk about the battery. Now, since there are 4 cores to the iPhone, 2 cores of the iPhone use 1/5 of the iPhone's power to use your applications. So say if you're doing something that doesn't require so much power, like texting or sending an email on your iPhone, the iPhone will use your smaller cores that are only using 1/5 of the power of the iPhone to do so on that. So you're not wasting so much battery life on just doing emails and just doing stupid texting and the smaller things that don't require so much power. And doing all this is the new Apple designed performance controller that will optimize your performance and your total battery life. The graphics are going to be 50% better than the A9 chip from last year, and the graphics are also going to use the optimized Apple performance controller so you don't use so much battery on games and devices and applications that don't need to use so much graphics. So ultimately, you're going to be saving a lot of battery power on your new iPhone than you are on your iPhone 6 and 6S and 6S Plus. For the total hours you're going to get on the iPhone 7, you're going to get 40 hours on wireless audio, 13 hours on video, 14 hours of Wi-Fi, and 12 hours on LTE. The iPhone 7 Plus will get you 60 hours on audio, 14 hours on video, 15 on Wi-Fi, and 13 hours on LTE. Now, if you're coming from a 6S to an iPhone 7, that's going to probably get you 2 hours longer on your battery life. And if you're coming from a 6S Plus like I am to an iPhone 7 Plus, you're probably going to see 1 hour better of battery life. Now, talking about prices, the iPhone 7 will cost the same as the 6S that is going to be replacing. It's going to be starting off at $649 and will be coming in either 32 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes, or 256 gigabytes. So we can finally say bye-bye to 16 gigabytes. The iPhone 7 Plus will be starting at $769 and come in the same storage sizes as well. So the iPhone lineup will be starting with the iPhone SE and be ending with the lineup of iPhone 7 Plus. Pre-ordering for the iPhone 7 is going to start this Friday, September 9th, and the iPhones are actually going to come out September 16th, which is going to be next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So you'll be able to pre-order your iPhones that come in this Friday, which is probably going to be another mess, and you'll be able to get them the next week after. They're going to start shipping them out in the US and England and stuff like that, but all countries aren't quite available yet. So just kind of a small recap of everything that just happened. The Apple special event that happened today, they announced the Apple Watch Series 2, the iPhone 7, the iPhone 7 Plus, the new AirPods, the new Lightning EarPods, and basically on how Apple is going to integrate everything together. They're going to bring iOS together, they're going to bring your Apple Watch OS 3 together, and everything's just going to be absolutely simple, complex, and amazing. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, go comment down below and tell me what you thought. And I really appreciate the support. I hit 600 subscribers and I'm hoping to get up past 1,000 here soon. So again, if you liked the video, let me know. And if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe. You won't regret it, and I think you'll enjoy it as much as I am enjoying it. That's all I have for you guys today. So without further ado, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.